Hello and welcome to our first video in our Learning to Use Microsoft Word. Quick overview of Microsoft Word. We have our tabs that are right here. We have Home, and these are our groups inside our Home tab. We have Font, Paragraph, Styles, Insert, Themes. We have our Layout tab, which has the page setup, margins, text layout, page background, grid lines. Our document elements that has how to insert pages, how to do a table of contents, headers and footers, citations, references, some text elements, and some math. Those are symbols that you would use for math. Under tables, it's how to make a tables, their lining and our borders. Charts, our bar graphs, our line graphs, pie graphs. We will be working with those as well throughout this unit. Our smart art, these are our flow charts that you could use as our graphic organizers. And we have review, which is just looking at your document in general. Now with Microsoft Word, Microsoft makes it so there are multiple ways to do everything. So I am showing you one way. That does not mean it's the only way to do it. So to get started, real quick, for those that do not know this, under File, this is where you open new documents. So if you would click New Blank Document, you could open up a new file. Open would be to open up saved documents that you already have. The nice thing is if you've been on it recently, it'll give you things that you've been working on recently. This is where you save as. You always save as before you do anything else. Save as is where you give it your document a name, you tell it where you want the item to be saved. So those should be review. If you need help with that, then you need to talk to me. And again, you can do edit, view, insert, formatting, font, tools, tables, windows. Again, different ways to get to the same information. So we're going to start off with this lesson with talking about font and things that you could do with font. So I am going to type in a sentence. I love computers with an exclamation point. Now this is the first thing that you're going to do. Everything I do, you're going to pause and you're going to the video and go over to your own Word document. So pause the video, go over to open up a Word document and type in I love computers. When you're done, come back over to the video and start it up again. So we have I love computers. To change the font size. Now if you're creating a document, in general your font size should be 12. Unless you're told differently by your teacher or the assignment guideline. So if you're not sure what size to use, always ask your teacher. If I want to change the font, there's a couple ways I could do it. If I already have this typed, so I'm just going to highlight the letters that I have typed. Up where it says Cambria Body, this is the default font that it uses, the font style that the computer picked for us. If I want to change it, I could click on this arrow. Now I have it highlighted, and I'm going to go to, let's see, Arial Black. Looks like fun. And it will change it. Now say that I do not like Arial Black, and I didn't type it yet. I could also do it this way. I could change it to, let's go to this one. Apple Chancery. And I could type in, I love computers. And it will be in that style. So you could either highlight it, then change your font, or change your font, then type. So you have two different ways to change the font. To change the size, right where that number is, I click on that arrow. And again, it's the same thing. I find it easier to highlight it, or if I know I'm going to use a size, to do it beforehand. So if I want this nice fancy font to be bigger, I click on that arrow and I go down to 72. Now I have a larger font. Same thing goes with different colors. Where you see this A with the dark line, this is where I change the font color. So if I want blue, I click on the arrow, and now I have my font in blue. Say I want to emphasize it. I want it to be a bold font. Then I could highlight it. Click on this B. The B is for bold, italics, and underline. Those are the main ones that we're going to work with. Now, as I said, this is just a snapshot of Microsoft Word. We're barely scratching the surface. There's a ton more you could do with this. We're just going over the basics to make sure everyone's on the same page and ready to go. So if I click that B, it is now in bold. If I click the I, it's in italics. And if I click that U for underline, it gives it an underline. So that is how we work on manipulating our font. To give it bullets, so you're creating a list, which is what you will work on for your next project. You can again click on everywhere it says paragraph. There's our bulleted list. There are different icons you could give your list, but say if you know you need to bullet your items, you would do this first. If you decided after the fact, you could then highlight it and give it bold, or give it bullets, I'm sorry. So I could just, if I click on it, it's going to give me the standard little dots. Now notice it's different because we have different fonts, and that's okay. So this is how you bullet it. Now say I want to center something. Over here where it says paragraph, this is our justification, where the lines are lined up against the left. That will align all of your text to the left. This tab will center your text. And this one will align it against the right. So say I want the first line to be centered. This is my title. I'm going to click center, and now it is in the center of the project, or of the paper. So very simple to do, and if you would get rid of the bullet, I got rid of that too. There you have your I Love Computer centered, and you have it bulleted as well. So hopefully you have what I have on my screen. If you have paused and gone over to your document after everything I do, your screen should look very similar to mine. If you have a bullet after your first I Love Computers, that's fine because I just did that at the end. But you should have I Love Computers twice, with a different color, one that's centered, one that's bulleted, and one is a different font size. So get your notes checked by me and get your document checked by me, and then you will go on to your first assignment, which is creating a summertime list. Again, it's located in the assignment section in Edmodo. If you have any questions, please ask me, and good luck. I'll see you for the next video.